Hello out there in TV land.
Who's the head bitch in charge? Who's the queen at the top? That's me.
The year was 2007.
3, 2, 1, Happy New Year!
I was about 7 years old going on 8. I was a certified Disney kid. I dibbled and dabbled between Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, and hell, I was even on PBS Kids. But at the same time, I was deep off in those VH1 streets. I had absolutely no business being there, but your girl was set. They just don't make TV like that no more. So today I've decided to take a step into the VH1 universe and put the men from season 1 of I Love New York on the tier list. As I've stated countless times before, I do consider myself somewhat of a fineologist, but this will have absolutely nothing to do with physical appearance. This will solely be based on how these men treated our girl New York and how they behaved on whatever show or shows they appeared on in the VH1 universe. I will keep it professional.
Stop the cap.
Or at least I will try to. This tier list will consist of 6 categories. Category 1.
That's a king right there.
Now this category was originally titled
That's a black king right there.
but I dropped the black to be more inclusive of this universe, but the same requirements stand. Category 2.
He's a good man, Savannah. A good man.
This category is for the men who have the qualities and attributes of a good man, but they still have a few issues that need to be worked on, but they are still redeemable. Category 3.
Look at the material.
You should be going home
You can be a good judge of it.
This category is for the men that I'm not too sure about. He wasn't that good, but he wasn't that bad either. But one thing I do know for sure is that he was something to look at. Category 4.
And that's what you're gonna settle for.
I'ma stick beside him.
This category is for the men who probably should be left alone, but I'ma stick beside him. Category 5. I'm not familiar with his game. This category is for the men who didn't stick around long enough for me to form a proper opinion on him. And last but not least, category 6.
Run, bitch! Run!
The title speaks for itself. Let's get into it.
Do you have love for New York? I know you do.
First up, we have Ace,
I'm actually a tennis coach / tennis pro.
T-Bone,
You know, he's huge, he's big, he's greasy, and T-Bone.
Jersey,
You want mom to call you Jersey?
Absolutely.
Wood,
Does look familiar, but I can't recall where I've seen Wood.
and T-Money. They all got grouped together because they all got sent home the same night.
Together.
Therefore, they all go to the same category. I'm not familiar with his game. They didn't stick around long enough for me to really judge them on anything. Next up, we have Token.
Because I believe you need a token for everywhere you go, and hopefully I can be a token.
Honestly, he didn't stick around that long either, but I still feel like I got enough from him to give proper judgment. Token gave me shy and reserved, and he quickly got lost in the shadows of all the other dudes, and you can tell that him putting himself out there like that really wasn't in his nature.
Didn't want to take off his shirt. What the? Token. No.
And that's basically what got him sent home. And I guess New York could sense that he was holding back. She ended up asking him for a kiss. And I guess after seeing her kissing other dudes in the house, homeboy said,
Get somebody else to do it.
I'm not about to kiss a girl that's been kissing a few guys in the same night just to try and get to know her better.
I don't recall how 7 to 8 year old Destiny felt about it, but now as an adult who watches the show quite frequently just to feel something, I don't blame Token for not wanting to kiss her. She was kissing multiple dudes in the house on the mouth, so I don't fault him for that not being his cup of tea. Plus, it definitely seemed like I Love New York is not a show that he should have signed up for. He had no business being there. But Token showed no signs of being a bad dude even when he got eliminated.
She obviously didn't think I felt her, which is her opinion. She needs to look past a lot of the that comes out of a lot of these people's mouths.
So, given the opportunity, I really believe that he's a good man, Savannah. Next up, we have Romance.
And I will treat you just as good as the princess that you are, if not better.
He went home the same night as Token. Homeboy was very emotional. Every time you looked up, he was crying. I think that there is a major difference between being in touch with your emotions and being emotionally unstable. And I don't know, I think Romance was just in touch with his emotions. Ain't nothing wrong with a man crying. Plus, the story was that before he came to the house, he had just lost his pet dog.
She was a Yorkshire teacup princess, and she was my everything.
Now, some people may think that he was doing too much, but I got 2 cats and I've already told my little sister that if they go before I do, she better get ready to lay me down beside him. So I feel like his feelings were valid, and it was just another case of New York not being the type of girl that he should have been going after. He was real sensitive, and New York was gonna eat him alive. But again, Romance showed no signs of being a bad dude, even when he was getting kicked out the house, and New York kicked him out in one of the worst ways.
I'm professional.
So I believe, given the opportunity, he's a good man, Savannah. Next up, we have Trends.
Check it out, I'm not reading from a book, I'm just freestyling. I know where you get your looks.
He got the boot the same night as Romance and Token. Let me not waste y'all time like he was wasting New York's time. That man was just there to promote his music career. That man didn't show up to that house for no other reason. He literally came out the gate rapping.
Check it out, I'm not reading from a book, I'm just freestyling. I know where you get your looks.
Every time New York turned her back, he was passing out his CDs.
I was a bit shocked when I saw Trends passing out his CDs.
Me right there, I'm the cute one.
So because Trends came there with a different motive, and I don't think I really got to see him lay his game down, I can't be familiar with it, so I'm not familiar with his game. Next up, we have Pootie.
My nickname is Pootie.
Pootie.
Where do I even start with Pootie? I believe the first chance he got New York alone, he told that woman that he was a male servant.
I do construction by day.
Oh, good.
And I am a male servant by night.
Whoa! Wait, 1 second.
Now, why a person would feel the need to disclose something like that to a complete stranger in the middle of a civilized conversation should have told us everything we needed to know about him right then and there. You know how I said earlier about there being a difference between being in touch with your emotions and being emotionally unstable? Pootie was emotionally unstable. I knew that when he told those people that he was broke with only $3,000 to his name, he spent $210 to get there, and he was ducking and dodging the repo man, that he wasn't right in the head.
And I got $3,000 in my pocket, and I spent $210 to get here.
Homeboy said that he put himself in a dangerous position just to get there. It was wrong as hell, but I understand why Sister Patterson was cackling in his face.
Sad portfolio. $0, and he made no sense.
I don't know why he felt the need to tell them all that, but he took keeping it real to an unimaginable level.
Now I got $3,000.
Yes.
My hopes and dreams gonna get me to $250,000.
And child, when he tossed himself down them stairs. Yeah, Pootie didn't really get eliminated. He had to leave the competition due to his mental state. It was funny back then, but now that I think about it, America really missed out because Pootie was the only dude who could go toe-to-toe with New York in an argument.
You good?
I'm proper like a Burger King Whopper, baby, and I'm having it my way. Now you can have it yours.
Who knows how many more iconic moments we could have got, but due to his mental state, run, bitch, run. Next up, we have T-Weed.
I'm not here to do anything but be sincere, get to know your mother.
Ooh.
The man that had Sister Patterson weak in the knees, which is quite an accomplishment because that lady didn't like nobody.
Big, gigantic, tall T-Weed. Oh.
I don't know why, but T-Weed decided to come to that house and he told them people in America that he was worth $100 million.
What's your net worth?
It's over $100 million. If I want to go get something right now, I can go get it.
Only for us to find out that he was barely worth 2 nickels in a bologna sandwich.
In 2002, you worked at Munchie's Pizza, and that was your last job.
Now, if T-Weed would go on national television and lie unprovoked, you know he ain't got no problem lying about nothing else. Run, bitch, run. He's a liar, sweetie. He probably cheats on bitches too. Next up, we have Bones.
First, let me say I'm a God-fearing individual, and there's nothing else I put before God.
A good God-fearing man who wasn't afraid to show it. He came to that house with nothing but a hope and a dream and his Bible tucked in his pocket. I know that's right. Of course, I don't have nothing bad to say about Bones. He had a sweet personality and he was funny. I don't know, he was giving full package to me, but at the end of the day, him and New York just weren't compatible.
I like a guy with an edge.
Bones, he was a nice guy. Seriously, he was.
Y'all know our girl liked them roughnecks, and Bones was far from a roughneck. But when it comes to Bones, even as a young girl, I always knew that That's a king right there. Next up, we have Onyx.
Onyx is a beautiful stone, and I thought this was a beautiful guy, so Onyx is it.
Now, he was fine. We can start there. But now looking back on it, he wasn't that memorable. Even after watching the show quite literally a few days ago, as I think about Onyx, don't nothing stand out but the way he looked.
I don't even notice anymore that he's even speaking. I'm just noticing how good he looks.
He didn't do or say nothing that had a lasting impression on me. He was kind of just there. The most interesting thing he did was say that he believed Sister Patterson was faking it on the episode she made them get up and go to church with her.
I sat there and I saw the display that she put on, and I thought it was a little over the top.
I believe that he was entitled to his opinion, but New York didn't see it that way, and you already know he was up out of there after that. New York don't play about her mama.
Not only did you disrespect my mother, but you disrespected me.
I don't know. When it comes to Onyx, I'll have to say, look at the material. He was fun to look at. Next up, we have Heat.
I'm gonna name you Heat, because right now you're the hottest one in here.
The man who wanted to put his Yaya and his Baba over New York, which are his mother and grandmother.
I'm gonna eat first. Then comes my mom, my grandma, and New York.
And then New York?
Now, to me, I don't understand why New York and Sister Patterson were expecting a different answer from a man who literally had just met her. And plus, I don't think there was anything wrong with how he was thinking. Maybe the part about him eating first, but as long as the mama isn't Mama D and I'm not being treated how Mama Joyce was treating Todd, then I wouldn't expect nobody to put me over the woman who literally gave them life. I wouldn't expect nobody to put their mama before me, because you damn sure not coming before mine. But anyways, after that, Heat was already in hot water.
You're not gonna feed Mama and Yaya and Baba and who else is in your family first before my daughter eats.
But he managed to stick around a little longer by changing his answer.
Who's eating first?
You are.
But anyways, on top of that, then Heat got all caught up in his bromance with 12 Pack and drinking all day and night long.
You have the best body in this place, all right?
And he wasn't really going after New York like that no more, so my boy got kicked out the house. But when it comes to Heat, he was handsome, but again, he really didn't stand out like that for me, so look at the material. Next up, we have Rico.
I treat you like you deserve to.
He's smooth, he's a smooth talker, and he's suave.
I loved his accent, and he looked good, but now that I'm looking back on it, he may have stuck around a lot longer than some other dudes, but he really didn't stand out to me, for real. I think that if Pootie wasn't crazy and Onyx didn't say what he said about New York's mama, then Rico would not have been in their house that long. He kind of just cruised by a little bit to me. He wasn't applying that much pressure. His most memorable moment was calling New York a little black girl in his native tongue, and our girl thought he called her a watermelon eating porch monkey.
As far as I'm concerned, he just called me a little Give me a drink.
But apparently what he said is a term of endearment where he's from, so that's not what got him sent home. Ultimately, he just got lost in the sauce, and the other dudes left in the house were applying way more pressure than him, so Rico had to go.
He wasn't stepping it up enough, so he had to go.
But when it comes to Rico, look at the material. Next up, we have Mr. Boston.
Back in high school, people used to call me Stud.
Stud?
Yes.
Stud.
Who beat the odds and made it all the way to the top 6, even though he was far from New York State. I won't lie, it was cute to see New York start liking Mr. Boston, even though he wasn't what she would usually go for. She really started liking his nerdy ass.
I'm really feeling the out of this nerd. I think we can make love on a stack of textbooks.
And I won't lie, Mr. Boston was probably applying the most pressure out of everybody in the house. He was doing whatever he had to do to win a date, and he was feeding our girl real good.
How about some macaroni and cheese with the pepper?
Mr. Boston ended up going home because truthfully, out of everybody left in the house, it was his time to go. It was cute, but him and New York will have never worked realistically. Now, this is where things get a little tricky. Based on I Love New York, I would have said that Mr. Boston is a good man, Savannah. But I watched I Love Money. In my opinion, Mr. Boston was a creep on there, so I have to say run, bitch, run. If you have any questions, I would say please refer to I Love Money. I think they still have it on Pluto TV. I don't think I could even post a snippet of what Mr. Boston was up to on that show, or YouTube would probably snatch my channel. Yeah, it was that crazy. Next up, we have 12 Pack.
They call me 8 Pack.
Ooh, you know what?
Handsome Squidward, Human Scrack. Thinking back to Flavor of Love, I really don't think that any one of those women were in that house because they genuinely wanted to end up with Flavor Flav. Maybe New York, but whatever. But when it comes to I Love New York, I really believe that some of them dudes signed up because they saw New York and was attracted to her and really wanted a chance. I really do believe that. 12 Pack wasn't one of those dudes. He was definitely just doing whatever he thought he had to do to stick around longer, and that got him all the way to the top 5, so shout out to him. Congratulations. But he quite literally said when he got eliminated that he was just an actor who was there for the cameras, so.
The reason I came out here is because I'm an actor. I wanted to be in front of the cameras, but I had a great time. I don't regret anything.
Look at the material, cause I did enjoy looking at him. Next up, we have White Boy.
Scottish, Romanian, Italian, American. Okay.
All right, White Boy.
White Boy.
Who made it all the way to the top 4, and I completely understand why. White Boy was smooth and laid back with it. Out of everybody who showed up, I think I liked his personality the most. He didn't do too much, but at the same time, he didn't do too little that he was forgettable.
Spot right here. We not gonna wipe. A little dab.
Look at you knowing what to do to me.
Easy, white chocolate. I wouldn't want you to melt.
I was feeling him. New York was feeling him. Hell, I'm pretty sure the whole world was feeling him. I have nothing bad to say about White Boy. If I had been 15 years older in 2007, given a chance, I think I would have took it.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
That's a black king right there. I mean, that's a king right there. Next up, we have Real.
I'm gonna call you Real because I'm feeling you right now.
Now, I won't lie, it's about to get real personal. This ain't got nothing to do with New York anymore. This has everything to do with me. In the 2000s, there was a point in my life where nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, looked better to me than a brown-skinned man with hair, especially braids. I'm talking about Lloyd. Omarion. Shawn Wayans in Scary Movie 2.
Beats the shit out of us, and we don't want to get hit again. Tired of being hooked up to the car battery.
So when 7 to 8-year-old Destiny got introduced to Real just based off looks alone, he immediately got placed above everybody else in that house.
I'm looking for the one,
Really?
Heck yeah, dude. I'm looking to settle down,
I don't believe that.
As a certified finologist, I always want to give thanks to him because he was one of my first examples of how good a man could really look. I mean, he was like a Greek god to me.
Whoa, brother, whoa, now. You got too much dip on your chip.
But not only was Real fine, he had an amazing personality. He was kind. And I won't lie, he was a little corny, but it worked for him. And again, even Sister Patterson liked him, and that lady didn't like nobody, but Real was her favorite.
He's cute. He's my favorite. I want to stroke his hair. I love him. He's cute.
I didn't know him when the cameras went off. I didn't know him in real life. I didn't know him personally. But I don't know. He just genuinely seemed like a good man, and damn, rest in peace. That's a king right there. Next up, we have Chance.
I'm gonna call you Chance because you definitely have a chance right now.
Real's blood brother. If they didn't say it, then I don't think we would have known it because they was two completely different people. Almost like they didn't grow up in the same household.
Me and my brother kind of been in competition with girls ever since damn near daycare. He's competition.
I believe that Chance made it all the way to the top 2 because if New York Sierra prayed for a man, it would have been Chance.
He's got that edge, that New York edge, that edge that I want in a man.
Sorry, mama.
I really believe that those two were destined to come in contact with each other in some way, shape, or form in this lifetime. I think the only reason New York didn't pick him is because he reminded her too much of herself, loud, hot-headed, willing to say whatever to whoever, no matter the consequences.
This LA, this stallion ass, man. Don't nobody bro smoking famous face.
I think that she was scared of that because when it was good, it could be real good. But if they really got into a relationship, if it got bad, then it was gonna get real bad between those two. So I don't know, maybe they was like twin flames or something, made for each other but not made to be together.
Oh, goodness. I had a dream of you last night. I just had to
Did you? I dreamt about you too.
Anytime New York and Chance interacted, it gave me life, but Sister Patterson could not stand his ass.
I can't stand Chance.
Now, what I'm about to say may sound a little crazy, but I was rewatching I Love New York the other day, and for the first time after years and years of watching this show, it dawned on me that I think Sister Patterson acted like she couldn't stand Chance so much to hide the fact that she was secretly attracted to him herself. You just made that up. Walk with me. Walk with me. Now, on the part where she offered Chance $10,000 to lead the competition, when they parted ways and said goodbye, whatever, she kissed that man on the mouth.
This trippy. The kiss from Sister Patterson tastes like old lady perfume.
Now, I believe that if she really hated that man like she claimed to every time he was near her, she wouldn't have kissed him on the lips. She would have probably just gave him a hug or a little kiss on the cheek. But no, she went for those lips, kind of like it was something that she had been thinking about doing. I don't know. I think Sister Patterson wanted a piece. For the first time in my life, I watched that show and was like, I think she want him. I won't lie, I'ma let Young Destiny take over this decision. When it comes to Chance, I'ma stick beside him. He has a special place in my heart. Where else am I gonna put Chance? And last but not least, we have Tango.
My name is Tango. My nickname is Tango.
The man that New York picked over 19 other dudes, and one of them was real. Honestly, out of everybody who showed up on I Love New York, I really think that Tango was there because he wanted a chance with New York.
You know, I did watch Flavor of Love, but man, he slipped on this one, man. That's a great female let go.
And to me, it shows because he didn't appear on any other show after that. Not even I Love Money, and a lot of I Love New York dudes was on I Love Money. Even Bones. I don't know, I could be talking out the side of my neck, but for some reason, I really feel like he wasn't there to be on TV. He was really there for New York. But Tango pushed through all the animosity from the other dudes. Real and Chance were calling that man a Ninja Turtle, and I won't lie, like they didn't have a point.
I'm about to kick it with a Ninja Turtle. Tango actually kind of reminds me of Donatello from the Ninja Turtles.
But whatever, he took it on the chin, and he stayed down, and he stayed real, and he got what he came for. He got New York. And you know what else? No matter how far his hat was leaning on his head, it never fell off. I had to point that out because it just had to be some kind of superpower. I think that Tango was genuinely a good dude, but one thing I didn't like about him was how he reacted when he got mad.
I'm gonna break you in two into you fat. I won't sit down.
It's not even that serious.
I don't know. It just felt like he was gonna turn into the Incredible Hulk or something. It used to be a lot for 7 to 8-year-old Destiny. And even now. But despite all that, he won, and I feel like it was deserved, and he even proposed to our girl after that. He pulled out the ring on her.
Will you marry me?
It seemed like everything was good until we got to the reunion and he decided to dump New York.
Ain't no engagement for me. It's over.
And I used to be like, now why in the hell would he do something like that? But now I'm an adult and I see things differently. His reason behind it is because when he went home and the show premiered and he saw New York in those confessionals, she was talking about him and his mama. Talking bad about him is one thing, but his mama New York.
Do you really feel like helping her in and out of the car? You know, rolling her into the handicapped bathroom?
Wait a damn minute. Tango's mom was boring me. She's like a brick wall, plain and big.
So I don't blame him at all for his decision anymore. So when it comes to Tango, like I said, I really believe that he was genuinely a good dude. So he's a good man, Savannah. We will never get reality TV like that again. Ever. Nobody told me that I couldn't watch it, so I did. So that's why I was so tuned in doing the whole I Love New York, Flavor of Love, I Love Money, Rock of Love, Daisy of Love. That's why I was tuned in for all that, because nobody told me that I couldn't watch it, so I was watching it and I was having a good ass time. We will never get TV like that ever again. If you were New York, or even if you were yourself, you know, you don't have to be New York. We don't have to be New York. There's only one New York. We will never be her. She's an icon. Let me shut up. But if you had your own dating show and these 20 dudes showed up for you, who would you pick? I feel like it's quite obvious that I would have picked Real. Yeah, I would have seen him and said, you know what? We can wrap up production. We don't even have to do this whole thing. I want that one. Yeah, rest in peace to him again.
Wherever your heart lies. I do like you, but I will understand. I got to kiss that cheek.